Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the end of Planar Crossroads. You are catching us now back from my vacation. You guys got to watch a Mutants and Masterminds game ran by Alex last time. So that was cool. A lot of fun with that one. But now we're jumping back in with our Rise of the Runelords, and the guys really fast forwarded on what they were going to do this time. This particular session is going to take place almost at near the complete end of this second module for it. So if they make it through, kudos to them. They'll probably get some extra XP because this next part is going to be interesting.
I think we'll be fine. We've got Greg here to fish every boss to death.
Sure. I mean, assuming all the things you're going to face are critical. So, all right. They are on there. Last time, what happened is they were going towards they were headed towards Foxglove Manor and around that way because they had gotten they were following a very stinky trail of some creature. They know it's undead. They don't know what type of undead it might be necessarily. None of them rolled high enough for that. But we are still in the same day that they were tracking that creature, whatever it was, down from some murders that were done by some murders that were definitely not just, oh, I'm angry at this person murders. They were ritualistic murder of at least one of the bodies, as it was mutilated and strung up in a very religious fashion. So everyone kind of went down. They were able to have a individual, a creature, whatever you want to call it. They had the familiar there that had the scent ability, which means they get to track really well while following scent. And this particular creature they were tracking was one of its defining features was its scent and how stinky it was, which means they were able to track pretty far. In fact, they tracked way down a few miles south of Sandpoint or east, or however that map works. Their maps are arranged funny, so I don't know. The trail led them down along the road. They missed quite a bit of what this was supposed to happen, and a lot of the investigatory things and stuff like that. So, like I said, we'll see what happens with them. They made it, and it's almost dusk time now. Well, it is dusk now. It is sun's starting to set. They're hoping to take refuge at Foxglove Manor, so that they can, go ahead and go over there and not have to worry about camping out tonight. And they're close enough to make it, but they heard the beating of the beating of leathery wings, large leathery wings, and they're having flashbacks of the Sandpoint Devil and the 00 roll. So we're just going to have to see what happens. We'll pick up right there.
Well, looking at the map here, the real crap part is there's not even any trees to hide under.
No, not really.
No, this is going to be a running game.
Sprint for it.
Need to have another panicked night chase.
If we were one level higher, I could at least try to distract it.
All right. So Magpie starts sprinting towards the direction he assumes to be the manor.
Well, that's the direction we've been walking for the last however many hours.
Wouldn't there be like a road leading up there that we would?
There is a
across?
You guys have been kind of following to the side of it.
Yeah, there's a trail that runs along the north side of the river.
Mm-hmm. Small bridge it crosses over afterward.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Magpie sprinting along the road.
Are we
running? Why is nobody else running?
Emil follow as best as she can with her carrying capacity.
Oh my! Just give it to me.
Gideon's gonna run behind me.
Mazus will look up and try and identify where the sound comes from.
Okay. There is a fog rolling in, but it's staying around your feet, not around the sky. So you might be able to look up and see something, though there is a bit of cloud cover. So go ahead and roll that perception check.
25.
Ooh, you
Nice.
crit succeed that. So what happens is as the unusually chilly night for this time of year, even though it's in fall, has started to break in, and the ground being warmer and the water you're not far from being warmer than the air above it, it starts to have this mist come up, and you can see past this mist that's just above you, and you see silhouetted against the moon a very big pair, in fact, what you would gauge as large set of wings. And you hear, just briefly,
That is awfully vague. May I identify this creature by rolling some knowledge checks, perhaps?
Scraw!
yes. There you go. You can do some knowledge. You can do, this would be knowledge nature. I might even allow a knowledge dungeoneering if you would point it out to someone who has that.
Oh, I has that.
Okay. Between those two checks, the knowledge nature lets you know, yeah, it's a bat, and it's probably, the 19 tells you it's probably a dire version. That's probably what it is. It's probably a big dire bat. And it seems to have spotted you guys. Let me see.
Can I make some questions about the dire bat?
You certainly can.
Special abilities or quantities?
You don't know of any special qualities for this one, gold dire bat, which is what it looks like. Probably just a large version of a bat. They're usually a bit more aggressive, of course. So, if it spotted you and it thinks that someone of well enough, it might think food, but not sure. It's been known to carry off small children for sure. So as long as someone's not too small, they
Like
might not attract
Magpie.
its attention.
Don't let the XP escape.
Not that small.
You are that small. I don't think we should be brash about this. It is a bat with the dire quantity. It is not anything like the devil.
Emil, stop. Realize how far away she is from the rest of the group, and start heading back.
Gideon's got his paw out, like after. Are you certain that? Quick. No. Yes. Maybe.
How high up is?
How high up? You asked.
Yeah, I mean, I bet I could try to knock it out.
It's probably about. You probably would give it 35, maybe 40 feet above you.
I could totally try to knock it out. I think I should do that.
Okay. So Gideon's also going to prepare his bow for when if it succeeds, he won't fire, but if it fails and it starts to attack, he will fire.
All right, yeah, let's do that maybe.
Mazus will color spray it if it dies down for us.
Okay, so you're preparing a color spray.
Emil prepare some magic missile just in case.
So we're level 3 still? 4. We're level 4.
You guys are 4.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
That
4.
means that a sleep hex DC would be 17. So Wayko, I guess, is going to, he's not gonna run away immediately like a couple of us. He's gonna sit there with Deckard, and as we logic out that it's a big bat, I'm gonna try to put it to sleep.
Okay.
You didn't logic out shit.
Well, I didn't logic anything. I just listened for Deckard. He's got better eyes than me.
All right. So that's a 17. It has to go through.
Yes, sir. As I blast it with my snooze ray.
Okay. So, it goes. You see it flapping, and its flapping gets kind of tears, and then it stops and it starts falling.
Hey,
So,
witches are
how
really
many-
useful.
We did talk
How
about the
much is-
closet earlier.
Yep.
yeah. How much is 40 feet? That's
46.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12.
You're so cowardly, though.
Very
I
average.
feel bad.
As it's falling, Gideon's going to basically pull out his falchion instead of the bow and get ready to finish it
You're
off
not
if
gonna
it
sneak shoot
survives.
it?
Okay, it takes a full round to go, and it takes right onto the ground. I'll give it a save just to see if it wakes up from that. It does not wake up from that. It is still unconscious. You see that one of its body is kind of crumped, and its wing is kind of like this. So its big bat body, its big
Wayko
bat is kind of
feels
crumpled.
bad.
Its wings
That feels
crumpled.
bad.
Actually,
Yeah.
it wakes up as soon as it's taken damage.
Okay, so
That's
it
what I
wakes up, blood dripping out of its nose, and
The rather large paladin is right there.
okay,
Get him!
it just woke up. So yeah, go ahead. Everyone can make a full round action before it does anything.
All right. Magpie's running. Emyrelda, how you? Emyrelda? Where are
Hearing
you?
that, she'll turn around and wave to him.
As another
Where are you
dire
go-
madness
We're gonna
creeps
be
up.
fried by the. What is that? It's a. Oh, it's just a
What
bat.
is that? Sounds so disappointed.
I thought we were all gonna die. I mean, they're good. They were not, but I feel kind of like a jackass now.
All right. So what does the paladin want to do? It fell almost in front of him.
Yeah, roll to brutally murder another thing.
Power attack. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Bring the falchion up overhead, slice down. So that would be I'm just pulling this up.
Mazus will
Okay,
flank for you.
my attack bonus on this is absolutely insane now. So that is a modified 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So rolling damage 4, 7, 15, 21 damage.
21 damage. Another one bites the dust. All right. Here goes. You come up with the falchion, come down with the falchion, and just as expected, echoes into the cold night, and it just kind of falls off away from the body.
Wayko did it again.
And Mazus is ready with the staff, just about to smack him in the face. Just
Hip hip
This is
hooray
that-
for Wayko.
Mazus is that old man with the cane. Get off my lawn! Except it's
Here comes the
"Get away
stick.
from my gold.
but he only hits people that are on the ground.
Yeah.
He's a devout ground and pounder. At
Okay.
least Magpie got his cardio in.
Wow,
Indeed.
that thing really spooked me.
Yeah, no, I was pretty sure we were gonna be fricasseed. There's some pre-existing trauma from earlier.
You shouldn't let fear rule. Now, come
That's-
on.
Yes, he just strolls on
Mazus
by.
is so smug.
I remember this for
There,
the next time you run screaming from goblins.
That has never happened.
Uh-huh.
They will chew your bones.
The best part about this
So,
was that all through the last 2 weeks, you guys thought,
Yep.
is this the Sandpoint Devil? Is
Are we
this
in
the
time to wipe?
Sandpoint Devil?
People actually were talking about that in reference to Team Wipe.
yep.
Just knock that thing out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey man, TPK could still happen. You guys have skipped a lot of the XP in this chapter.
We could still camp
Right.
out and spend the night, or we can try to make it to the manor before it gets even later.
Well, speaking of that, as you guys are talking and journeying over a little bit of a foothill, you see and come over it, and just down there to your left, as you're walking along the little trickle of a river, and you see the bridge that goes across it, and just off in the distance, you see Foxglove Manor. It looks rather eerie in this cold moonlight. It doesn't have any lights on right now. Of course, you're not quite sure how late it is, but moonlight hits it oddly, makes it look the tiles look a sickly bone white, and its dark walls, probably not so dark in the daytime, not such a dark wood in the daytime, seem very, very almost charred, but not burnt actually. You know they're not, but it looks dark.
Seems like a
making
nice
quite
place.
contrast. You do see a burnt building not far from it.
Are we sure that he's even here? Should we perhaps camp out before we start an investigation?
We could go
Well-
to the burnt building and sleep there.
Of course, I'm not sure that he's home. This is his home, but he might be on business somewhere else. But I'd say it was worth a shot. Trying to spend a night here rather than outside.
What would your characters do?
I don't want to sleep outside.
Wayko wants to check out the burned building because then we can kind of get the first bit of investigating done and also have a pseudo shelter that we can maybe rig up a little better.
God, last time we slept outside, I fell out of a tree.
Wayko, come on. That's your own doing. You're a bird.
Did we die yet?
Nope, not
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. We're discussing that. Wayko elects we go on to the burned building instead of knocking on the manor door yet.
Well, that doesn't seem structurally sound.
Or we can pretend that Emyrelda's really sick and go up to the door and be like, she's dying. We got to spend the night.
Mazus, you know the Foxglove better than any of us, so we trust your judgment.
We do? Question mark.
I trust his judgment.
You can always stay outside if you prefer it. I, on the other hand, don't.
All right. So Mazus is striding confidently up that way, I suppose.
Yeah,
It's one of the few times I and Deckman agree.
He's my business partner. Surely he wouldn't deny me a rest in his house.
Keep in mind that whoever's been doing these killings was targeting you, Mazus.
And we should track it down here to this building.
All the more reason to not stay outside.
I still say we say that Emyrelda's dying, but let's go knock on the door.
Okay. So as you approach and go crossing the bridge, would anyone like to make some rolls for like knowledge or anything like that before we head?
Yeah, I'll do that. And local or what?
You would want some knowledge local. Knowledge history would also work.
Give me some
I
knowledge
will
juice.
try knowledge local, as it's the only one I have.
Okay. We will
Duly
combine
noted,
results.
our dudes are still locked, at least.
Oh,
one
yeah.
is.
They are.
Or what?
I will fix that.
Our little tokens are still locked.
Knowledge,
yeah.
nobility, would that also work, or just local and history?
I might allow a knowledge nobility if it's good enough.
Well, what's the nobility?
So knowledge local for me was a 17. My my nobility was only 10.
My local was a 15.
And Mazus, you're cooking the knowledge tonight.
I want to know who built this house and when, and who's if someone has lived here previously, or I want to know everything.
Okay.
Tell me everything.
People should be getting control of their tokens soon. Okay, everyone should
I want
have
to know the
control.
architect's wife's maiden name.
We all think of that maiden name before we walk up to the door.
All right, so the
Was it
highest
Cook?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Sanderson.
So you guys get to know all the knowledge. So, as we're continuing on, Mazus is kind of divulging. Mazus and a combination of Mazus and Gideon and stuff like that. Magpie roll a knowledge local.
Yeah, I got a 15.
15. He kind of contributes a little bit too. It's mainly Mazus that picks up after vague things start to get into the assumptions. So, the first thing that's remembered is Foxglove Manor is over 80 years old and has been the seat of the Foxglove family the whole time. Some sort of tragedy struck the family a few decades ago, and no one's lived there since. Common rumor holds that the place is haunted. Gideon fills in some more. Foxglove Manor is known as the Misgivings by some locals, particularly the Varisians. It certainly has a bad reputation. Sightings of strange lights in the attic windows, muffled sounds of screaming from above and below, even rumors of a huge bat-winged devil living in the caves below the manor are but a few of the tales told about the place. Foxglove
Oh, I
family
guess we might
lived
have gotten
there.
that. Great
The
back monster.
Foxglove family lived there as recently as 2 decades ago, but then a fire burned down the servants' building. Sorcerer Foxglove was found dead, burnt and dashed on the rocks below the cliffs behind the house. And Trevor Foxglove was found in his bedroom, dead by his own hand. The children, including young Aldern Foxglove, were sent away to be raised in Corvosa by distant relations. The rest of this information comes from Mazus, as he's done some poking around about his fellow business person. Aldern Foxglove recently returned to live in the manor, but he had a hell of a time hiring locals to aid him in the reconstruction and repair of the old building. Until Aldern moved back in, the place was cared for by a man named Roger Craigsby, a retired innkeeper who lost an ear in a bar fight many years ago, who came in 3 days a week from Sandpoint to air the place out, check for squatters, and make minor repairs. Foxglove Manor was built decades ago by Voril Foxglove, a merchant prince from Magnamar. He and his family lived there for 20 years before the entire family perished from disease. The surviving Foxgloves of Magnamar shunned the place for 40 years until Trevor Foxglove moved back in. Finally, the Foxgloves have traditionally been associated with the Brothers of the Seven, a secretive gentlemen's club based in Magnamar and consisting of merchants or thieves, depending on whom you talk to. Members of the society periodically visited Foxglove Manor at night during the years the manor went unlived in, perhaps to check up on the building and make minor repairs, or perhaps for more sinister pursuits. And at the end of that information, you guys find yourselves right about where I had you.
That was a mouthful.
There seems
More
to be a
like a
lot
brain.
about the 7. Does this have anything to do with those weird signs and things that we found?
The 7-pointed star, you mean?
It talks about the Brotherhood of 7, yes.
7 is a very common number, though.
Supposed to be lucky, isn't it?
Well, so are halflings.
Halflings are pretty lucky.
Lucky to have or lucky themselves?
Wow. Depends whose foot you've got, I suppose.
All this talk of hauntings makes me kind of uncomfortable, especially after that weird creature at Thistletop that we found that was whispering at us the whole time.
The Pogast?
Devil
Yeah, that was it.
in the basement.
Yeah, but that wasn't anything unnatural.
Just creepy.
Yeah. Besides, the rumors are from farmers, and you know how superstitious they can be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys are simpletons.
Bat-winged devils. Who ever heard of such a thing? Amazing.
Especially if they've had horses' faces, perhaps?
And legses? Horses' legses?
Well, I'm cold and tired, so let's go knock and tell them that Emyrelda's dying already.
Why are you so fixated on that idea?
Because I wouldn't let us in. Would you let us in? If we just came up
might.
to your house in the middle of the night?
If I was a foolish nobleman who took deals from shady wizard merchants,
I feel like there's unnecessary friction between us all.
we're standoffish people.
To the door.
It sounds like someone doesn't want to sleep inside tonight.
Well, I mean, invite me in or don't. I'll get in one way or the other.
Perhaps we should take a look at the Planto Villa first, but certainly we can make our way to the door.
All right.
Fine.
Well, Gideon, as you're passing this way, right about where you are, kind of peek in there. This is probably those ruined servants' quarters that were talked about being burnt down when Mazus was, that you'd heard about too. It's impossible to tell how many floors the outbuilding that stood here once had, for all that remains are the sooty, scorched stones of its foundation. To the east, a 4-foot wide stone wall sits particularly collapsed in the corner of the ruins. You can make me a perception check if you want to check it out.
I will do that with my special bird eyes. 11 plus
I got a 15.
12, 23.
Okay. So you're peeking from way over there, and it's much easier for you actually because you see some familiar faces as far as
What do you mean, familiar face?
I mean familiar faces like you see some in the mirror every time you look, because it looks like there's smaller versions of you, i.e. ravens, perched all along the stony portions, and they seem to be watching intently. They're not cawing, they're not moving particularly that much. They're shifting their eyes so they can look and watch, make no noise, see.
Man, I really wish I had speak with animals. I feel like that's a thing a giant bird person should be able to do. I'm not sure what to do with your spooky bird news. Is this a well over here?
Actually, it is, yes. You can see it, well, you can kind of see it from where you are since the stuff's broken down.
I mean, is it dry? I want to go
It
check
is.
out that well.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
you guys,
it strikes me as kind of weird unless this well is empty, that a house would burn down around it.
let me pull up those bird groupings for you, because you see 4 distinct groups of birds.
Wow. Hello, little brothers. Or whatever the Tengu word for that is.
That's adorable.
Tengu technically speak in an amalgamation of sound effects as well, so you may have just said, hello.
Oh, well, he probably just said it all in Tengu.
So this, as you get closer and look around, you see that they move, flitting silently. Swarms of them, it appears. Possibly hundreds of birds. You haven't counted, so
Well.
you don't know, but
The only reason you'd have this many carrion birds in one place is if there were bodies. Or, well, not bodies, as if there were meat. Just lying about.
Or shinies.
Or if
That
you
is
were shooting
also
a
true
Hitchcock movie.
Well, yeah, but that's the work of the devil.
4th wall broken.
Now, which way is the servants' entrance, and which way is the other entrance, the main entrance?
You would think that the main entrance would be this side over here. You know, Foxglove has told you about a foyer. This is probably the main entrance here, and this is probably where he has different people come out. It's maybe the windows are not particularly. When you get closer to it, there's a heavy smell of preservative, like formaldehyde type of smell on the, as if it's coming from the wood. And you kind of glance as well as you can in the windows, and there's, like I said, there's no lights on. The moonlight is the only light that you're getting. You see, like, moonlight might be hitting a piano in this particular room. I'll reveal some of the moonlight stuff, actually.
Smoke from the chimneys.
Doesn't appear to be. This is understandably one of the first cooler nights that you've seen and experienced thus far in the year. But it's not. You would expect to maybe have some kind of fire going at this point.
Would I know if Foxglove lives there alone or if he has servants?
You know that he had a wife, from what you've been told.
I'm just gonna detect magic on some of these ravens over here. They're
Okay.
spooky.
They is spoopy.
Hey, Gideon, bring me that flashlight,
Oh.
will you?
Hey, how good was your perception again?
Magpie?
Magpie?
23.
Okay.
That was a very, very
You're
average
just
roll.
about close enough. You're just about close enough now. As she pings for magic, you do get a magic sense off them. And Magpie sees that these aren't just regular ravens. He sees that some of them have part of their heads, the flesh from their head gone. Some of them are showing their ribs. Some of them have no flesh on their bony heads at all. Some of them are almost all feathers and bone.
Gross!
Magpie? I'm pretty sure that these are probably undead.
Yep, that is that
And
is
that
an
dimension of undead
upsetting
detecting.
revelation.
A dimension of undead, what does Gideon do?
He's just like, detect evil.
Okay,
Unpaladin.
you detect. I'm a paladin. All right, where are you directing your cone of detect evil?
At the birds themselves, initially,
Okay,
and then at the house.
okay, so
I got
here's
something
kind of
to
what
do.
happens. Okay, as we pan around, he pans up to the birds. They're evil. I mean, just clear evil. And as you kind of look down towards the well, you sense some evil there. As you kind of pan over towards the house that Mazus is getting fairly close to, it just radiates.
Mazus, I would suggest you come back here. First of all, that house has its own evil aura. Second off,
You get a little
the
blood trickles out of your nose.
the
It has four
the
walls and a
ravens.
roof. I'm not staying outside.
Do you remember when we faced the specters earlier?
The what?
The specters, the things that made me look all weird.
They didn't make you look all weird. They made you look terrible.
Yeah, that's not my first association with them. But yes, those.
That's the kind of pinging I'm getting off of this house. This house is evil in and of itself.
When you say that,
But
you
maybe it's
Magpie-
better to shoot.
when you say that, Magpie hears the crows themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna no sudden movements. Gonna get a grenade out of my stuff.
Okay. Sudden movements.
This is something's real wrong is going on here. Make sure I have enough
If this place truly is evil,
dice for bone damage.
I'll have to go fetch Foxglove.
If we know where he is, certainly. However, currently we have potentially a more pressing matter with undead birds.
The what?
That's why I would like you to come here, sir. The birds on this house are undead.
Let's go inside then. They can't open doors, can they?
No, but have you ever seen the movie Birds?
By Alfred Hitchcock.
The play.
They'll fly through the windows.
Play.
By the great
puppet show.
bod Alfred Hitchcock.
The shadow show. The shadow puppet show.
Yeah.
Birds. That would make it so much scarier with the shadow puppets.
Yeah.
Gonna get just a little bit, just a little bit closer to the well.
As that's happening,
And I'm going to
I'm gonna
hand
pull out-
him a. I'm also going to hand Magpie, who asked for a flashlight, one of the I think it was one of the skulls that we kept that have the flame, like the torch
Oh,
thing
yeah.
to it.
Okay.
he's gonna sort of slowly brush up first against Gideon because he's closer than against Magpie, and give them both a little bit of guidance.
Okay.
Okay.
While you do that, you
Mazus
guys
tries to
see
open
that
the front door.
Mazus is just like, ugh, and he tries to open the front door.
Hey, if there's a flock of undead birds, I'm gonna go inside.
I mean, sound logic.
All right. So, that means that Mazus, the door's kind of, the handle's kind of, it's not locked, you don't think. It's just kind of stuckish. So you're trying to turn it, and you can turn it. It kind of creaks really hard. And then it kind of goes back, and you're like, ugh. And as it does, it kind of goes.
That's better.
Opens up a little bit.
Are you coming?
All right.
Well, what's I'm gonna peek into the well.
You hear
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you get
we'll be
closer to
there
the well,
in just a second.
as you hear it get
Just a
closer to the
second.
well, you hear a. You hear a it plops over here.
What?
And when you say
Use
what
your
it
big
makes-
bird words.
when you say what, it kind of makes noises that almost sound intentional, not like cause, but like.
Okay, I gotta test the theory. He's just gonna like extend one arm out over the well,
And Gideon's going to be ready to protect him.
and then he pulls the arm
Alright.
back.
Okay.
You just do like the cartoon thing where he sticks his arms out and the birds freak out, and he pulls it back and the birds stop.
Kind of. As you do that, one flits down here as you pull it back another time and it sits on the well. One flock of them goes down there. And they're really gross because, you know, they're missing eyes and some of the eyes are hanging out. And that's like your head
Yeah.
doing that.
No, I
when
get
you
you.
see humans, your Tengu logic is like, oh, that's like a dead animal. But when you see like a decaying other bird, it's like, that's really gross.
No, I follow you. He's kind of in that logical area of fear where you know you should be peeing a little, but you're just so morbidly fascinated by what's going on. Yep, that's all the justification I need. And he's gonna underhand lob the bomb into this square here.
And Gideon's
Right
got
there?
it ready to attack.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That is 3d6, and these are swarms.
Yes.
Okay, so
Technically,
they-
they are swarms.
They take
roll
double
the
damage
initiative.
from area of effect. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad damage at all. 10, and they take 20 because they're swarms.
Okay. All right. So they do not reflex save for half, I don't think. It wouldn't matter anyway. All right. So you hit, how big is the radius on your little bomby deal?
I believe it's a 5-foot radius, so it'll hit all 3 of these ones here.
Well, there's one right here. There's 2 right here, if that's what you're meaning. These 2
Yeah.
right here.
Well, I wanted to throw it like in the middle of these 3.
Oh, okay. So you threw it right here.
Okay.
All right. So yes, you hit all 3 of those, and they did not seem to expect that, and they go. So, Wayko hears. Mazus hears right in Foxglove's front yard.
It probably also does some substantial damage to the well.
Indeed. Well, it's a stone crusted well, so it doesn't lose too much, but it does do some damage. Some rocks fall down, and
Does it splash when the rocks fall into the well?
it does not. It goes,
That answers 2 questions.
but I need initiative rolls at least briefly. Let me see.
Yes, I was just getting to that.
Yes, you took the initiative. We're gonna say you went first.
Well, I would like to use my roll, but I don't think I'm in the initiative otherwise.
Roll well. We might hold on to these for multiple combats.
All right, well, it's 17.
Okay.
I still don't like these character sheets.
Wow, Emmy, you got fast all of a sudden.
Dang! Girl, well, she rolled an 18.
I know, she's usually much lower on the list, though.
Yeah.
Constant exposure to danger has made her twitchy.
I was just looking at some different spells to see what they did.
And that leaves me with 2 of those grenades. 2 of the other ones.
What is Wayko's and Mazus's initiative?
I can't.
I got
it-
Mazus's, actually.
Can't put mine in.
And let you put yours in?
FYI, I
Yours
can't
is
see mine if it's there, so I can't enter it.
That means I'd have to get rid of everybody's, and then everybody's had to put it in. We'll do that after this combat, then. What's yours?
Mine's 24.
Okay.
If you use the sheet macro, you get it on the turnover.
Yes, I know that, but I wanted mine.
I
wanna
rolled a
use
natural
this.
19 with my dice. I like my dice.
Uh-huh. We like it. We like your dice when you DM. All right. What about Wayko?
The curd that randomly blows up.
Okay. That's everybody then. Descending order. That means we see this explosion. Technically, we said Magpie went first, and he was at 17. So we're going to come down the list.
Surprise round.
But they weren't exactly surprised at what was going on.
Oh, fair.
So
it's
it's the
Gideon.
bird's turn. No, it's the bird's turn.
What was the birds?
They got a 15. You got a 17. So, okay.
I got a 20.
We will keep these results for later, is what we're going to do.
Okay.
24 for Gideon, 20 for Emyrelda.
Mazus got an 18. And that means this bird is going to look down and attack Emmy. It's going to move onto you, Emmy, and you get these flying bird faces.
This is a 13.
Undead birds swarming around you.
So they got a 15, but they're still moving first?
We're coming from Magpie going first. Magpie initiating the combat.
Okay.
Going down roll. Well, they're in your square. Okay. So they do 3 damage, and you are distracted by all this
I'm gonna
carrion
bring myself
bird
up here.
stuff flopping around your face and your eyes. They're pecking at your eyes. They're pecking at your eyes with their beaks. They're going for the eyes, boo.
So how many points of damage did you say?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a paladin nearby. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Mazus, I will show you what you saw when the doors opened. Mazus, you see as you hear also the you see in as the moonlight kind of cuts off right here at this hallway, but you see pretty clearly this room here.
Ooh.
And yes, let me tell you what you see. The sound of the house straining and creaking gives this long, high-ceilinged room an additional sense of age and decay. The place smells damp, the unpleasant tinge of mold lacing the air, as surely as it stains the wood floor, walls, and furniture. You see, in the pallid patches of it, moldering trophies hung on the wall in the northeast, a boar, a bear, a fire pit pelt cougar, and a stag. Yet they pale in comparison to the monster on display in the center of the room. Here crouches a 12-foot-long creature with the body of a lion, a scorpion's tail fitted with dozens of razor barbs, huge bat-like wings, and a deformed humanoid face. Make me a perception check.
16.
So that's what you see mainly. You can also tell you can also tell this is not a pieced together taxidermy. This is an actual creature.
Well, this is very, very impressive. He's just kind of perused the place.
He's gonna walk in. Okay. He hears a he's like, idiots, and walks in, I guess.
If they want to fight undead birds, they can do that. if they don't want to fight undead birds, they could just come in here.
Okay. So you do that, and all of a sudden you smell something. You smell. You smell. You smell fire.
A smelly smell that smells like something smelly.
Listen. You smell fire. And you don't know why, but you get this flash of Thistletop, this flash of fire, and then you also, in that moment, see a ghostly flame erupts on the body of the manticore, and it whelms up and surges towards you.
Oh my.
Make me a reflex save.
19.
19.
Yep.
You manage to dodge out of the way without catching on fire, but you take. What is your AC against touch?
Like nothing.
Like nothing?
11.
Okay. So you take. Oh, goodness. I'm sure I'm reading this. Yeah, I'm reading it right. Okay. 4, 8, 9. You take 13 points of fire damage as you're overwhelmed by this fiery manticore surges all around you and into you. But you don't catch on fire, thankfully. But you do take that damage.
Is the fire gone after this outburst, or is it still burning?
The
Like in
fire
front of
seems
him?
to appear, swell, surge at you in the form of a manticore, and then disappear like it never happened on the rest of the floor, only on you. You're the only thing that's burned and singed. And then there's nothing. And the manticore is not smoldering.
He's going to stand perfectly still, and that's pretty
Okay.
much his turn.
He just is like, ouch. Wayko, what do you want to do? You heard this kind of whoosh sound from in the house, but you also hear this in front of you. Okay, Wayko ran for the house. So, let me see. From where he was, stay gold to the face, burnt Emmy. Okay, you can move to right about here.
She's
the one
not
for
burnt
that way
anymore
here.
though. That's over with.
Well, there might be some scarring when you're not disguised, but hey.
True.
So probably there, unless you want to go all the way in, because you can technically go all the way in with a run.
By the way, those attacks that the birds are making, do those count as natural attack or an unarmed attack?
They are technically, well, they don't count as unarmed.
Natural
They count as
or
natural
unarmed.
attack.
Okay.
So they're a swarm. So they're not trying to grapple you.
Yes,
really
but the
just
barbed
They're just trying
vest.
to
damage.
attack you.
The barbed vest is any creature that injures you with a natural or unarmed attack must make a reflex save or take 1 point of damage.
On the thing, I don't mind them getting 1 point, just because that's not really going to make a difference once
No, it's not.
Gideon enters the fray. So, all right, and Gideon is entering the fray now.
It's my turn now? Okay. So he's going to see Emyrelda sort of swarmed by these things.
Yes.
How much?
Are you going to swing at them while she's in the swarm, or how's that?
No,
working?
I was actually trying to think here for a sec. Now, how difficult would it be for me to sort of push her out of the way before I swing?
That takes to just push her out of the way. You'd still have to make a. I might let you spend your move action to just kind of push.
Bump her.
Bump her out of the way.
Sure,
You'll take
I'll
1
do
point of
that.
damage. You'll take 1 point of damage because of her vest. Because I say so. But hey,
That's fine. I will take the 1 point of damage from her vest, bump her out of the way, and then take a swing at those things.
okay.
Ken has a power attack because when does Gideon not power attack? And that is a 19 to hit.
Okay. So you definitely hit them. So you come up.
Okay.
And go.
After giving Emyrelda a quick hip bump, and that's so 8 plus 8, 16 plus 6, 24. I tried 22.
22 damage.
I mean,
I get what the wording on the vest is, but I don't feel like shoving her out of the way is gonna screw with your metal armor.
It's all good.
Hey, a
It's still-
swarm
it's-
had to take damage.
It's a natural attack. It's all. I'm bumping her. It's okay. It's a bump and run.
Just keeping it consistent. Just keeping it consistent. So you bump her, and strangely, it's you push her out of the way, and they just kind of fly up, and it's like they choreographed it or something, because as they swarm up and around and are coming back up, the whole swarm just kind of goes like right into your blade. It's just like you get sprayed with all this decaying bird bits.
It's Space Invaders, but with crows.
Mazus is a bit scorched when he turns to look at Wayko. That is Gideon's turn. That is the last of the swarms. So we're
Nice.
technically out. And, we do hear you now. We do hear you now.
Okay, and we're going
Alright.
to. After that, Gideon's going to run towards the door to try to find out what's going on with Mazus.
Okay. So I'm going to remove all turns real quick, and then we'll re-enter them so you guys can just keep this, and you won't have to continue rolling those.
So I was going to type something, but I figured I might as well just say it. Wayko's, now that he's in here, can you hear me now, by the way?
Yes.
Cool. He's not entirely sure what he's looking at this split moment. He's just relieved to be away from whatever the hell was going on outside. And he kind of catches his breath as he gets in and smiles at Mazus, and then, what's going on in here? Finally, some shelter.
That thing just erupted into flames and just singed me.
You probably
told
should
you
have
the
startled.
Is something very weird about this, or this is a very good thief prevention trap.
House evil.
Well, it can't be that good at thief prevention. It didn't stop me.
You're not even inside yet.
Ha ha!
Please let there be flames.
There are no flames.
Aw.
You did not catch on fire.
No, I meant that.
And
You
you
guys
guys not
don't
even
know-
gonna check the well.
Oh.
Now
You
that all
guys
the
don't know
birds are
what
gone.
he's talking about.
Yeah, we
You guys don't
don't.
know what he's talking about because there's no flame. You don't even. I mean, you smell something. Maybe there's a smell of like
I smell singed Deckar.
fire,
That's about it.
or yeah. I mean, he looks like something
If
happened
he's
to
saying
him.
some
But
flames
like
burst
pork.
out of the manticore, Emmy will pop a detect magic on it.
And I'm going to get out of the way of the mouth of the manicore.
as you try to pop a magic, a detect magic,
Look
the-
at it.
the whole room just kind of blinds you out.
Okay, she will turn it off.
Okay.
And Mazus, this whole house or room at least is radiating magic.
Well, I always knew he was wealthy, but besides, kid, could you spare some of that specialties of yours?
Gideon's actually just going to hand him over a cure light potion if he wants it.
Ah, I guess this will do as well.
Magpie,
Ooh,
what was in the well?
Nothing, as far as I could hear. It's dry. But if those birds didn't want us going near it, there might be something in the bottom. I'm not really sure how undead things work.
Based upon what I understand, undead usually like to kill, eat, maim, and do very evil things.
I can actually use one of their bodies to find out what was making them animate, but I imagine we'll stumble upon it ourselves once we get into the basement. Just a thought.
well, if Sir Foxglove is in his manor, we need to rescue him.
Well, they certainly ask him some questions. Shall we commence shouting his name?
No.
That might be a bad idea.
Right? I guess we should take a look through.
Okay. You guys get a little bit closer. It is dark in here, as there's no lights really. Nothing's on. There's no. I mean, it's not like this place hasn't been lived in. There's dust on the floor, and you can tell like there's movement happening and stuff like that. But it's not enough dust to be tracking in or clearly seeing. But there's definitely been movement and things.
Going to pull out the ever-burning torch.
I use my dark visiony eyes to maybe look for an oil lamp or something to make this place a little more cozy.
Sure, you can look around for that. Well,
We have ever-burning torches.
We're entering someone's home. We're not delving in a dungeon. Got a modified.
Oh,
A difference.
Sorry, heatless blue torches. So inconvenient.
No, but it's a lot more spooky. Yeah, look around in blue light. It's a nice warm light. Well,
otherwise we might be looking for trouble. Yeah.
I don't see where the pun there is. That's just what we're doing.
Obviously.
Lucky we let you in here. You should be outside chilling by your well. Featherman.
You know what? Fine, I will. I can tell when I'm not wanted.
Don't leave.
No,
I don't have
too late.
going home.
Your hurtful words have spurred me into action.
Oh,
Don't leave.
now he's catching it.
Oh,
I want,
Alright,
you know,
so
I only want.
Top of a rock.
I respond to the opinions of people I respect, Deckman.
all right. So as you kind of look around and you peer at the different areas, you see this nasty stain over here. You see a few places where the wallpapering is starting to peel away, but you do find a light. A nice, warm, comforting light that can be lit up. Should you have matches? Or
That you have matches. I have explosives.
Emmy's not sure what to do here. She kind of wants to go follow Magpie, but she's also really spooked out and wants to stay with the group.
That's fine. I'm just gonna drop like a
Going to
torch
split the
down this
party?
well, and if anybody screams at me, I'll run back in the house.
We're not splitting the party.
It falls 4 feet and then hits an old lady in the face who screams, "What are you doing?"
Good. How did I not see that?
All I can see now is just from like Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, is that creepy old lady in the well.
No, for some reason I thought of Madame Zeroni from Holes.
You must bring Madame Zeroni up the mountain.
Oh, you and your family will be cursed forever and eternity.
Eternity.
Okay.
All
All right.
All right, freaking mystic woman.
Is that a nice carpet over here, or is that a wet spot?
That's a stain.
You go investigate.
No,
That's a bit of dog urine.
I'm actually going to open this door in front of me and take a look into the next room.
Okay. So to clarify, sequence of happenings. You want to open that door. Wayko wants to look at that green nasty stuff,
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go have a.
and Magpie wants to drop something down the well.
Yeah, like a torch.
And
Okay.
Emyrelda whispers.
We will work from outside to inside then. So, outside, what's going down the well? Never burning torch, you said?
No, not an ever-burning torch. Something worth far less money, like a normal torch.
Okay.
And now tell me I'm outside by the well. Don't want my expert opinion on traps. It's just, no, we'll just walk right into the fireball. We know what we're doing.
He says as he's lighting up his torch. Drops it down.
Rack 'em.
Rigmarole. You drop it down, and he goes.
Yeah.
You hear that fluttering flame sound,
Mhm.
and you kind of follow it down. And this time, as it goes down, you actually hear it go tink tink, and then splash into something, but definitely not deep. It's like it hit some soil, and then went.
Okay.
Kind of extinguished itself.
So
out
it's
and-
been doused. Okay.
Yes. Make me a perception check as you see it kind of go down there.
Yeah. 26.
26.
Yes, sir.
All right. As you do that, You're not sure, but you swear you could almost see as it went out, just as it went out, some eyes catch the light of it in the far shadows of down there, but it went out.
Good. Do I get an idea of how far down the well is?
Oh, it was a pretty good drop. It was at least 40 feet, maybe 50.
Okay. No, I wasn't gonna jump down. I want a rough approximation of.
I don't
how-
know with Magpie. He leaped off the roof of the glassworks, so
That's a fair point. I want to like a rough idea of how long it would take something to climb out of that well after me. I was like, 40 feet. I've got a round or two.
I've got a round or two to run for my life. Let's hope its foot speed isn't any better.
Gideon!
Climb speed.
Get in!
There's spooky boo stuff down the well, eh? I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Hit it with a sword.
All right. So
Do
moving
your
inward
sword.
now, we come to Gideon's initial desire to open this door. And you do. It seems to come open for you. No problems. No worries. There you go.
I'll peek in.
All right, so you open it up. You see another door in front. As you come into the little room, let me go ahead and show you the hallway that you find yourself in. You have your light on, you said? All right, so you can see all the way down to these other doors here. Nothing crazy. I mean, you know, it's just a hallway. It's just a hallway.
It's just an evil hallway in an evil house of evil.
All right. So that's what you kind of see. Now, Wayko, you see a rather gruesome antique. What appears to be a mummified monkey head hangs in the northern wall here, right where it says B3. And right near that, it's tiny gaping. It has a tiny mouth gaping open. It has a bell pull that extends from the monkey's gaping mouth, and a ratty throw rug partially obscures a foul stain of dark colored mold on the floor where you're looking.
Ugh. Foxglove might want to think about taking on some cleaners or something, because this is it looks like a hazard. Can I do a knowledge dungeoneering maybe to get a beat on whether or not this mold is safe to go near?
You can do knowledge engineering, and you can do a perception check.
Knowledge dungeoneering would probably be better than my perception. Yeah, I guess I could do both. I got a modified 23 for dungeoneering, and for perception, I got a 9.
Perception, you got a 9. What was the dungeoneering?
23.
23. This mold does kind of look. It's got that. It's not exactly the same type of mold, but it definitely seems like an offshoot of what you would categorize as yellow mold.
Gross.
It's an actual problematic mold in dungeons. So,
Well, I guess it's not the direction we'll be going. First thing here, get an eye full of this freaky monkey head.
all right, you can pull the thing, or leave it alone, or what you gonna do?
I don't really want to pull the thing, but I feel like I should pull the thing. See, I would double check it with Magpie, but I kind of, I scorned him and he ran away in a trail of tears. So it's just kind of me and this suspicious looking monkey head.
That's what you get.
I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and hear what's going on with Gideon and Mazus. Maybe look back and make sure Emmy is still in that corner and she's not just put on a hanger now.
Emmy's cowering in the corner.
I'm going to start coming back.
I guess we'll continue opening doors.
Okay. All right, Meg, you can get back to easily. You didn't move last time, so they get to open their doors, and you get to be right there, I'm sure. So you open this door next?
Yep.
The one that's directly in front of you, I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you open up this door, and you see a nice little receiving area. Let me get there. So this seems to be the dancing parlor. This oak-paneled chamber must have once been breathtaking, but is a sad sight now. The floorboards are warped with moisture, and the paneling scratched and spotted with mold. A grand piano, its surface splotchy and keys warped, leans tiredly in the southeast corner.
I'm going to take an active look around then. Is there anything of interest in here, or...
There's that warped piano. It appears like this room was, like we said, a dancing hall. It doesn't seem to have anything else particularly spectacular in it.
Okay.
I can get some perception checks for any kind of knick-knacky stuff, maybe, but that's about it.
Sure. Want to take a look around. Maybe check out if there's anything on the piano. Got a 13.
Get in with the perception. Oh, that's Mazus. Never mind.
Yeah.
Wow, Gideon. It's like, wow, Gideon. That's impressive. But Mazus? Okay. All right, Mazus. Did Gideon roll one also?
Yeah, I got a total of 13.
Okay. So you kind of look around. You don't see a whole lot, but Mazus, with his keen eye, picks up, hey, there's some candelabras over there that are probably worth, 30 gold pieces apiece. Foxglove, are you home?
Say hi.
He's not going to take them, but he's going to make a mental note. They are there.
Okay, mental note made.
And
you also
he's
see
going to try the door.
Okay, so you try the door. It's not locked or anything, but it doesn't want to really open either. It's got that tightness there that was in the other knobs as well. Magpie, make me just a random perception check.
That I can do.
Amy can make it too, actually.
25. Wait a minute, that's a 13. Yeah, that's a 13. 25.
Okay.
Flat 10.
Okay. Amy doesn't notice, but Magpie starts to feel against his tail feathers. The main doors are kind of moving slowly inward, as if to close.
Yeah, that's first rule of breaking and entering: always have an escape route. And I have learned that my nemesis Windextor will not allow me to simply jump out through a window.
Windextor. For some reason, I just immediately pictured a super villain that looked like Mandark in some kind of window getup from Dexter's Laboratory.
Freaky window costume.
Cleaning.
All right. So, you kind of brace the door open or something?
Yeah, if I can find something to wedge in between the doors.
You can find something. Yeah. You just kind of slip something under the edge of the door, or you put it between them or something.
Do I have pythons?
I want to make sure this door stays open, man. I want to ding, 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 ding.
Fuck this door.
Mazus, what you doing? Checking out that door? Okay. So you check that door, and let me see. I'm gonna go ahead. It does not appear to be locked. It appears that it's open or openable with no problems.
I'm going to use part of my collapsible grappling hook as a python.
Okay.
Just going to wedge it into the door frame so the door can't close.
No. Okay. So you do that.
Magpie, you shouldn't go running off like that. It's, this place seems to be dangerous.
I know, that's why I'm wedging the door open with a steel spike.
You're what?
What?
She turns around and sees him actually doing that at this point.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Emyrelda. I've seen some crazy shit on the road. This place is fucked.
You're freaking out, Magpie. You need to calm down, come over here and check out this monkey head with me.
What?
I found a monkey head.
Well, hold
Come
on,
over.
I'm wedging the door open.
Yo, just come on and see the monkey head.
All right, I'll come look at it, but after I'm done thoroughly wedging the door.
Okay, the door is thoroughly wedged.
I have a notepad
Mazus,
and a
you,
pen ready.
No pad,
Mazus,
no
you
pen.
open this door here.
Yep.
All right. You open this
Okay.
door, and let me tell you what you see.
There we go.
You, okay, you both step right in. Fine then. You both step right in.
Yep.
You see death incarnate waiting for you. That's what you get.
This is a simple washroom. An ancient metal wash tub stands in the north, a ring of mildew crusting in the inner surface. A strange, furtive scratching comes from inside the tub.
Going to pull my falchion and take a look, ready to stab at whatever's in there.
Okay, well, since you guys just rushed in there, it gets to do its thing first because you
can I
guys
just
were
really
not
quick-
quiet when you approached Foxglove Manor.
Emyrelda, I'm sure everything is going to be fine. We're just erring on the side of caution.
That's kind of how it goes.
Gideon's like,
You hear this?
I'm killing shit here.
He's lunging out at Mazus because he was the first thing that entered. This horribly diseased-looking rat lunges out of the tub and goes and
Oh,
bites at Mazus.
bites him right on the inside of the lip.
Bites right in his nose. Right on his nose, you know?
Oh
Right
no.
there.
Oh, not the nose.
You're
You're
going
gonna
to
get
feel fever.
all with bits.
Not the
All right.
snooze.
Your hand's gonna be all like this now.
What's your AC, Mazus?
Oh, you know, Wizard AC 13.
You'll never play piano again.
It does
not,
hit
not,
you.
Not with my nose, no.
Right on the schnoz, yeah. So it does bite you. It bites you for.
We're going to
do
get that
you have it
meningococcal
roll?
meningitis.
It says 1d3 minus 4. Why would you have
What?
it roll?
Oh, it's just 1 point of damage.
Weak.
So
Well, it could be
1 point of
or
damage.
non-lethal.
1 point
No,
of
it's,
damage.
it's always at least 1 point of damage.
Yeah, but it's non-lethal if it's negative.
It bites you. Okay. Make a fortitude save, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
19.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
all right. You make it. You kind of you throw it off.
I'm digging this music. I hear like a little clock ticking in the background. It's very classy sounding, but it's still spooky.
It's very. Sorry, people on YouTube. I don't think you can hear it. Or Twitch.
I only just
Aw.
realized it was muted. I'm so excited
So
now.
Yeah, pretty good. All right. So that's what it does. It bites. It nibbles on you. Right on the schnoz. Nips your nose. Gideon, now you can slice.
I kill it with
Stab.
vengeance.
Right in the wash basin, you know?
So it's
Okay,
one rat.
That
you,
would
you
be
turn this wash basin into like a Cuisinart.
22 to hit it.
Oh,
With
and
a
that
power
definitely
attack.
hits. Oh yeah.
This, yeah. So 3, 4, 8, 12 plus 6, 18 points of damage to a rat.
It's like the world's tiniest
So-
oubliette. That's what it is.
So, Magpie says, "Ah," and you hear "ah" and
Yeah, the sound of a sword hitting bathtub.
It's basically like a garbage disposal in the.
I was gonna say you become a human garburator.
yeah. So that's what you hear.
There's just dead silence from Magpie as his mouth is slightly open. And then the noise stops. See? Perfectly fine!
Mazus just slowly turns to Gideon. Let's have you open the doors and enter first.
I was just about to say that. Next one's mine. So he's going to open this door.
Oh, the next one's mine. He opens the door to the hallway.
Yeah.
Go through.
We take
And open
turns.
this door here.
No, that's
All right,
fine.
Mazus,
All
your turn.
right. Okay. Wayko, are you showing off the monkey head or the stain or something?
Oh
Tell me
yeah, I'm
this
telling
monkey.
all kinds of fake stories about it. I'm like, his name is Anthony. You know, he's like the butler here. He opens the door and he greets you. He's got this little string you can pull too. Emyrelda, why don't you try and pull that string?
She just sort of looks at Wayko, raises one eyebrow, and shakes her head.
What
Magpie,
was
why don't you pull the string?
did he pull the string already and something happened?
No, no one's
No.
pulled the string yet on the monkey head with a string coming out of its mouth.
All right, I'm gonna make a disabled device check. No, it would still be perception to identify if there's a
Still
mechanism.
spiders.
Yes, you can identify if there's a mechanism. It's
Ugh,
filled with a bunch of black widow spiders.
16. Black widows aren't that bad. You have to get bit by like 4 or 5 of them before you have to go to the hospital.
They're pretty gross though.
A whole swarm of them crawls up your arms.
Nasty,
All
nasty.
right. So it does not appear to have a device per se in it. It just seems like they've attached this, about that thick string rope thing braided inside of the mouth of a decapitated monkey. You do think that this might be worth some money, though.
Yeah, that's kind of super gross and weird. What's it even tied to? It's a little monkey uvula.
All right. You want to make any other checks about it? You want to pull the string? Want to look at the other stain or anything like that?
Do I feel like pulling the string out would decrease the value?
You're not sure. You're not sure what this item is.
I can't appraise. That's not even a skill I have.
If you're not going to pull the string, Wayko will pull the string.
All right.
But you better have that pen and paper ready to write down whatever it is that happens to me. Here, move out of the way.
Monkey head bomb.
Move your little bird bones so I can give that thing a yank. Maybe it's like a doorbell.
Hold on.
It'll just suddenly animate into a screaming monkey head. And then
All right, Emyrelda.
there you go. Okay. At long last, he's gonna go over to Anthony and he's gonna give the string a bit of a tug.
I'm gonna back up a bit.
All right. You pull and it goes.
It does, eh?
Yes. Very
Ah,
loudly.
put the string back in.
You can't.
You don't. It doesn't come out. It's just like a pull it and it goes. Makes that really loud.
Scream.
Ape-like, primate-like scream and shout, and then it goes silent again.
It's totally a doorbell.
That is not what that is.
That's a doorbell.
That's a scare bell.
Now let's wait and Foxglove will come and be like, "Oh, what are you doing here at this hour?"
In my
What are
house,
you doing?
going
Guess
through
me.
my things.
Killing my favorite diseased rat. Appraising my mold stain, my prized mold. Well, that was a whole lot of
It
nothing.
was a doorbell.
Yeah, it's a monkey doorbell.
A very
Screams.
loud monkey doorbell.
Well,
If
you
it
know
was-
what? I think there
You
might be
guys-
something else to that. Do you mind if I see that monkey doorbell again?
You keep the monkey doorbell. I'm not stealing the monkey doorbell.
Well, fine, then I'll
Comes
steal
right
it.
off the wall.
Well, I hope it bites you in your pocket.
This is the most macabre door ringer that literally anyone has ever made.
All right.
And into the bag it goes.
Okie dokie.
Hey,
So
where
we're
are
still
Gideon and
party up. I
Mazus?
love this, man. Wow.
Magpie, where are Gideon and Mazus?
They should be in the other room. I think. I don't know. They left before I got here.
All right. That means we get to go to them next.
It sounds like they're just in the hall over. A rough idea where that screaming bathtub noise came from.
You guys did hear Mazus and Gideon. You heard a screaming ape-like sound come from the other room, and then regular talking.
Some kind of monkey party.
What the hell are they getting themselves into?
I have no idea. Probably don't even want to know.
He's like, man, I knew Magpie was kinky, but sheesh.
Monkeys, really?
In a haunted house.
You and me, baby.
And
ain't
right
nothing
now-
but animals.
With mammals.
Except you're avian.
All right.
It's a
Avian, and
subspecies
she
of
is
a
mammalian.
specific genus.
So I guess we'll open the door.
Okay, you open the door. All right. This
Oh.
dusty room features a long couch caked with white sheets of wispy fungus. Eddies of dust skitter along the warped floorboards as if caught up in a slight breeze, yet no wind is noticeable in the air.
Going to take a. So there's no wind, but it seems to be moving as if there's a breeze.
Yeah.
I'll take a closer look, see what I see.
Okay.
16.
You just kind of see that little dust movements.
This is certainly weird.
It seems to be kind of situated. The dust seems to be moving the most over here on the fireplace.
Okay, I'll walk a little closer to it, being careful and ready to attack anything that jumps out.
Okay. So you get there and you feel a tug, and make me another perception check.
Sure. 8.
8? No. You don't notice anything. You just feel that tug, and make me a will save.
Okay. Crap. Actually, that shouldn't bother me too much. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you and your charisma to every
And your
save.
freaking charisma, Paladin. What are you worried about?
So that was a 15.
15? Okay, there it is.
Paladin is not an overpowered class. It's balanced by its alignment.
Unless I choose
5e.
anti-paladin.
Unless you're in 5e, then you can be any alignment you want to. There's no
We were explaining spells to one of my friends who's not super familiar with the system, and they thought that anti-paladin spells were spells that you specifically used against paladins.
Just for killing balance.
I guess if you're in a certain type of system, that would be very useful.
It would be.
All right. Well, those are things like gifts and stuff like that, where you command them to do something very evil. Then they lose all the powers. Then they're just a crappy fighter. Then you can kill them easy.
A real crappy fighter.
All right. You all of a sudden get the urge to take Mazus out to the well.
On a date?
No.
Well, the nice
No,
Chianti
not
and
funny.
fava
No.
beans.
A nice Chianti. You get this urge to take him out to that ruined house. And you think you hear something, but you're not sure. But you're like, wait. As you start to grab his arm, you're like, wait. Why would I do that? What? Huh? And you don't do it.
And Mazus just places his hand on his hand. That is on his arm.
It's kind of pats
Something
it.
is very, very weird here.
Matthews?
And he goes to the next door.
Is that something you need to tell me, Matthews?
Did we start screaming Foxglove yet?
No.
Why are you holding my
I don't know if you
hand?
have it.
Because I want to hold your hand.
I wanna hold your hand.
All right. So what are the others going to do? Magpie, Emmy, are you tracking down Mazus and Gideon? Wayko, are you going to open that door?
We
Is
don't
anyone
have to open the
upstairs,
door. Everyone else
downstairs?
is leaving. But I think I'm still going to open that door.
Is the door to
Okay.
B5 open?
Yes. They didn't
I'm
tell me they
assuming like all
closed
these
it.
doors in here.
They're just raised in a barn. They're just opening all the doors, leaving them open.
All right, that works for me.
He
You guys
propped
okay?
Up the main door.
Be very careful. There seems to be things that are acting upon compulsions or something. All of a sudden, I felt the sudden urge to grab Mazus's hand and lead him out to the well.
Yeah, about the well. Don't go near it again.
Mazus is just standing right next to him. He's like, I have sudden compulsion to drag him outside. I don't know why.
I wanna hold your hand.
I want to hold your hand.
People do
I've had
strange things
feelings.
sometimes.
But I'm okay now.
Look.
Everything's fine.
I got better.
All right.
All right, well, I'll keep that in mind. Don't touch anything. Note to Magpie.
Says the guy that has, I heard screaming of a chimp? Monkey? Something?
Oh, that's a note to self, not to me. You touch whatever you want.
That's just the doorbell.
I mean, if you really feel like dragging Mazus to the well is in our best interest, I mean, who am I to stop you?
Throw it in for all I care.
I mean, you're a paladin. You know what's best.
But if the paladin does it, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's
All
lawful
right.
good. It has to be.
All right. Wayko is hearing them do this, and he's going to open this door, he said.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Well, there's lots of reasons why not to. But
Lots of
yes,
reasons why to, though, with that logic. What if I open that up and there's like a whole gorilla doorbell?
The whole gorilla doorbell.
All right.
Yeah, you pull the rope in its mouth and it kicks your ass.
Nice little smoking parlor.
All right. So, you open it, and it's this cozy-looking drawing room is marred by the unnatural dampness and the thick sheets of mold that cling to the curtains closed over the southern window. So you don't have much light in here, but you got dark vision.
Yeah. So there's the thick kind of drapes over the window, you said, and they're all dusty and messy.
They're moldy and closed.
Gross. Doesn't seem like anyone
You
really.
open them, leave them, go to the next room.
Oh, what's this chair right next to me? Does that look comfy?
It looks pretty comfy. I mean, it's mold covered, but it looks pretty comfy.
I don't want to sit on the moldy chair. You know what? I'm going to go right here. I'm going to smoke my pipe and see if I can get my unseen assistant to go pull open one of those drapes and let some light in. But I don't really want to.
Okay. So you use your little puff unseen servant?
Yeah, I figure probably. Give
Man,
him
why don't
actually
we just get him to open all the doors? That would have been so much.
Because he's
safer.
not that big. He's like this big. That's like a 20-minute task for him to open a door. He's got to stack up a bunch of garbage cans and.
Technically, he is a full unseen servant. So
Yeah, he's like person-sized.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta start working on a secret handshake. with him.
Trap
First, he has to
finder, unseen servant.
Open my drapes.
Well, I don't think he weighs anything, so I don't know if he would set off a lot of traps.
he doesn't technically. He's made of smoke, so he doesn't technically weigh anything.
Well, I ask him a very important favor, and that's to touch the gross, moldy drapes that I don't want to touch. They might have spiders in them. You know?
He might have spiders
So-
in him. Ew. Gross.
I'm at as he opens up the drapes for you, you see past him as the moonlight shines in, and you catch the glimpse of this face.
Ugh.
Ignore the name for the moment, please.
There's some kind of gypsy lady looking through the window at me.
But it disappears in the moonlight so
Huh.
quickly.
Must have been a famtam. Well, I'm spooked. But I thank my Cloud Man for his contribution.
Hey, what? I missed that part.
I thank him for his contribution, and I allow him to return and do my pipe.
Okie dokie.
Aisha.
Yes, but you don't know that name yet. So fush.
Latifa.
Shaniqua.
All right. So, you guys come, and I assume that Mazus gets over the hand holding and lets Gideon open this door.
Well, I mean, Mazus probably gets over the hand holding. I don't know if Gideon does.
Your hands are so strong.
All right.
Callous from all of that blacksmithing.
And brutally murdering.
The blood just, the caked blood on you just complements your wild and devilish blonde hair.
Yeah, blood of your enemies, surprisingly poor moisturizer.
All right.
But I'm rich in iron.
Ha ha.
So you and step right in. Okay, before I can say anything, that just means I get to do stuff without telling you first. Haha. All right.
That's how he does things, man.
You're gonna get eaten by ghosts.
We need to find Sir Foxglove ASAP.
I don't think he's here.
We don't have time for descriptions.
All right. So, in the dining room, appears to be the dining room. A mahogany table surrounded by chairs sits in this room. Twin fireplaces loom to the west, while to the east, stained glass windows obscure what could have been a breathtaking view of the lost coast. Each window depicts a monster rising out of smoke, pouring from seven-sided box. From the north to the south is depicted a gnarled tree with an enraged face, an immense hook-beaked bird with sky blue and gold plumage, and a winged centaur-like creature with a lion's lower body and a snarling woman's upper torso, and a deep blue squid-like creature with evil red eyes.
That's very weird.
How do you think the Foxglove procured all of these strange beings?
In terms of the images?
I mean, where do you find these things?
Well, these were the windows or whatever, right?
They're in the windows here, yes, along this coast view.
Okay.
You can take-
So, like,
you guys
the
take a
images are
closer
in the
look.
windows themselves? Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So you look at them. You see some runes in there. Make me some perception checks just to see what all's going on with them.
Sure. Whew. I actually did good this time. Modified 18.
Oh,
Okay. So you both can kind of see some runes. You can even see a few of the interesting designs in there. They seem to have purpose behind them. It's like these images are important for something.
Useful and trendy.
Would you like to make any checks?
I guess knowledge local for any folklore based upon these, if that's
Okay.
possible.
You can do knowledge local. That's fine.
Are these magic runes?
You can do a knowledge arcana. You might even do a knowledge architecture or engineering if you want to
Sure.
understand the designs, if they're actually structural or not.
I got a 22 modified on the local,
Okay.
and sorry, go ahead.
So you don't specifically recognize any of them from local folklore. I mean, they do look like mythical creature, what we would call mythical creatures, just magical creatures in this world. but nothing specifically pinging in this area. Let me see. Knowledge engineering is really good, and the design itself does not actually benefit the structural purpose of these windows or the structure itself. It seems like these are meant to be part of something with the house itself, maybe, or with something along those lines. With the Arcana, you recognize the creatures as being magical as well, but they don't give you don't get a lot of information outside of that. The runes do look magical in some way, but not necessarily. You don't recognize anything necessarily at this moment as far as their purpose.
Well, there's definitely something about these runes. Can't really figure out what. Perhaps if we had more time to study them, but alas, Sir Foxglove must be saved.
Indeed. All right.
I don't know. Actually, do I recognize the glass as of having been from, say, the glassworks, or does it seem to be local craftsmanship, or more something they would have done elsewhere?
How high was your local?
22.
I mean, you're not really super skilled with identifying glass. You do recognize that most of the glass from the glassworks tends to be smoother. This just appears like it was older make than that.
Okay.
Like,
So more likely the
pre-
original construction
pre-glasswork.
versus anything recent?
Well, it's pre-glasswork glass, you're guessing. So before that was built.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I guess move on to the next room
All right.
in our
So
search
does anybody
for
else-
Mayplar.
Do the other three want to do anything before we open the last room apparently? Excuse me, on this floor.
Well, a magpie suddenly appears. It seems like he's going to open the door, so I guess that's fine then. I'm going to stand in this corner. You know it's spidery, so I'm going to go back here.
All right. So who's opening the door, or is it coming open at the same time?
Same time.
Yeah, we all count to 3 and then just boom, baby.
You just like yell it through the house. 1, 2.
Foxglove, we came to save you! Pulling on the monkey belt.
You have a little baby Cthulhu on your shoulder. Just thought you should know.
He's my buddy. He's super squishy.
Oh yeah, he technically would be. He's a pretty squishy type creature. Okay.
He's a big old...
You know. So, as you open the door, you see each other, kind of look in, and this library features 2 chairs, one of which lies on its side before a stone fireplace. A scarf, its reds and golds contrasting with the drab palette of the room, is draped over the side of the fallen chair. A book sits face down on the floor between the chairs. A stone bookend, carved to look like a praying angel with butterfly wings, lies on its side at the fireplace itself.
Perception?
Okay.
A lot of fireplaces in this building.
Yeah, I gotta take a look around.
I mean,
How many chimneys are we talking?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chimneys.
I count
6
7
chimneys.
chimneys with the 2 top.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right? Those are chimneys or fireplaces as well.
4, 6, 7.
Well, in those
Yeah.
old houses, they were so drafty that you kind of had to have that.
As many chimneys as possible.
Oh, to the K. So who's rolling perceptions? We got one from Mazus.
I
got a
critically
17.
failed. I got a 1. And I also got the observation that you could play this house like a set of panpipes.
Oh, well, I was muted that entire time. Excellent.
Nerd.
Dork. I also have a modified 20, but I'm looking for valuables.
I want the bling. Okay. Okay, any other perceptions before I continue?
Just Mazus's, from the looks of it. Oh, there we go.
17. All right. So, So you look around and you see that you see the where the scarf is, and you see there's actually blood on the floor. Everybody except Wayko, it appears, that rolled sees that there's blood on the floor, and there appears to also be no, it's a dried blood. It's kind of old.
I'm going to take a closer look at that if possible, once you're done.
Okay, it actually stains the northernmost chair that is you're closest to.
Okay.
And blood and clots of hair and bits of skull and flesh are actually in there. And one of the wings of the little angel is broken off, one piece of it. The scarf, as everyone looks at it, Mazus and Gideon, as you both look at the scarf and start to examine it, it's moving by itself, and as it does, it attempts to wrap itself around. It's going to go and wrap itself around Gideon's throat, or attempt to, and it goes right up around it. You must make a will save.
19.
All right. Aldern's face appears in your mind, and at first it's smiling and happy, and then it changes to frowning, and then it changes to angry, and you feel afraid for a moment, and you see him walking back and forth, and then you see just a quick picking up of something and a swing in darkness, but fear subsides for you. We're not gripped by it. And the scarf becomes limp. You need to now make a fortitude save.
Fortitude save, you said? So that would be a 16.
Negative 16?
Yeah.
Just barely. So, you just barely take 3d6 of non-lethal damage.
Only?
Only. You just barely were not reduced to -1 hit points and started dying.
Okay, so...
As if you were this person that was swung at with the... whatever it was, by Aldern, Foxglove.
Okay, we certainly have a bit more of a problem. Those images are becoming more potent, and Mazus, I don't believe Foxglove is in danger. He is the danger. The vision I just had was of him swinging at me with a blunt instrument of something, as if it was in this very room, and the gore on the ground. I think he killed somebody here in cold blood.
Okay. Are you all right, Matthews? You have been acting very strange since we got here.
You were the one who was burned by imaginary fire.
It was not imaginary.
Then where are the scorch marks?
Right here. Look.
You appear not to be burned. There's no flame.
What?
There was no scorch marks on the ground. There was no scorch marks anywhere in the front hall. This is not just me.
Not all pyrotechnics actually lingers after they are activated.
Did you not see the scarf moving on its own? Did you not see things moving in the other room?
This is eerie and strange, yes, but you're acting very out of character right now.
I told you before we came in here, this house is evil, beyond all reckoning. This is a manifestation of that.
Perhaps this is taking a great toll on you. Is anyone else having a trouble?
Well, there was a freaky monkey doorbell, but otherwise, no. It's just spooky mansion.
And
Did you say something about the well?
Well, yes, there's the well. There's clearly something wrong with that. But the rest of the mansion, I mean, just looks like. How am I coming along on that valuables search?
Also, I saw a lady.
Sorry, Wayko, what?
I saw a lady
Where?
in the window. Actually, in this room right here, he points, he just kind of gestures with his thumb back at the window. Yeah, I saw her reflection, or she was either standing through the window, one of the two, but she was probably just phantasmal because she's not there anymore. That or she fell off the cliff and is drowned a terrible death. It's entirely possible I startled her as much as
Not
she's
entirely sure how to respond to that. But obviously that means, again, it's not just me experiencing these things.
I say we burn out the mold of the main thoroughfare and check those two rooms.
What about the stairs as well?
Well, there's this building, owned by an affluent nobleman. It probably also has a basement where the stairs leading down. I'm sure there's something worth taking down there.
Well, if we're looking for Foxglove himself, as per Mazus, should we not look upstairs?
Well, I really don't think anybody lives in this house.
If he's asleep, he would probably have his room upstairs.
Would you live here?
Hey, Magpie, do you have another torch?
Why would I need another? Ask Emyrelda.
Emyrelda, do you have another torch?
Have one? No, but make some lights for you.
I don't need light, I need fire.
We're not setting the place aflame.
We're not setting the place aflame, we're setting his rug aflame, and he'll probably thank us for it. The thing is a health hazard.
Well,
I'm really...
Setting the rug aflame is a fire hazard.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I really don't think anybody lives in this building.
He says he's stuffing silver.
Yeah, like
Magpie
silverware
says
off
he's
the
stuffing
table.
silver and stuff like that into his satchel.
This house has fallen into disrepair. No self-respecting noble would. Ooh, that's antique. No self-respecting noble would live in a house like this.
Gideon's also is going to make his way towards the front hallway where Wayko is.
Okay.
Two suspicious doors across a squishy carpet you rather would not step on.
Why don't we just move the carpet?
No, you don't want to touch it either. You probably should just burn it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty gross, but it's just a carpet, right?
Then go ahead and step on it.
Why would I step on it? We're just going to move it.
Well, then go ahead and move it. I'm not touching it.
You move it.
You move it.
Fine.
All right. As our two stooges fuss about who's going to move the carpet or who's going to set it aflame or what mold lies beneath, we're going to call it for tonight because you have explored the first floor and the outer area of the Foxglove Manor. No one has taken a whole lot of damage yet except from Mazus, and that has only led to one consumption of a potion, so no worries there.
How much subdual damage did
Hey, I mean, who's keeping track?
How much non-lethal damage did I actually end up taking?
Yeah, but it takes 1 hour to regain any of it.
Well, yeah, he would get 4 back per hour, by his level, but subdual stacks with lethal for rendering him unconscious.
Thus far, it does seem like we're doing okay, which is good.
You took 6, took 11 damage, 11 non-lethal damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep.
To punctuate his ending argument with Magpie there, Wayko's gonna pull the string again.
No, you don't have it.
You took it. You have it.
I have it.
Don't you dare pull that string.
It's in my bag.
Don't
And I'm going to pull on the rug.
Come on.
Because I'm not a big baby.
You'll have to pull that rug 15 feet as opposed to my 5 feet, by the way.
A big witch baby.
You're going to get soggy feather fingers.
They are hand talons, thank you.
Con damage for touching stinky carpet.
All right. That is it for tonight, people. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching them make their way through this haunted mansion. Definitely not a kid-friendly ride.
Wait, this mansion's haunted?
Boom,
No.
boom.
The ghosts were special effects.
Ghosts. I clearly saw
Alright.
a phantasm, sir.
What's the difference?
Oh, you're gonna ask me that? Ghost racist?
Well,
There's a
you're the
class
witch.
4 with ectoplasm.
An echo of the past. Reflection of the other side.
It sounds like a ghost to
It's
me.
a
You're a goat.
it's a
You're a ghost.
Meh.
free floating class 4 phantasm.
There you go.
I never thought I would see one with my own eyes.
Real nasty one too. All right, that's it for now. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. You can we encourage you to keep up with this because again, they skipped a lot of stuff beforehand, so they may or may not make it through the manor. We'll have to find out. They still have plenty to explore, and we will see. We will see. So, does anyone have any final words before we cut off this broadcast for everyone?
Skip content. It's totally fine. You'll be totally fine. Don't even worry about it. Just if you can just go straight through the forest right to the end where all the good stuff is, just go there.
Throw torches down the well. Don't be surprised when something looks up.
And
Plot
don't
progression
wait-
is overrated.
Don't wait for room descriptions. Just go in.
Just go in.
Just go in.
If you haven't been opening the next door by the time the DM finishes the room description, you're wasting your time.
It's just not efficient.
Get bit by rats.
All right.
Dumb question.
All right,
Why didn't we
everyone.
throw a bomb down the well?
Well, that had been my original plan, but those bombs are expensive.
And what happens if you blow a bomb up down there and it causes a cave in from where you're standing?
Hmm.
Awesome.
You get buried under the rubble. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or on YouTube and Twitch. If you're looking for us on Facebook or our own website, it's the Inn of Planar Crossroads. You just put a .com at the end if you want to go to the .com. If you're looking on Twitch or on the Twitter, it is the IOPC, because we couldn't fit the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And YouTube is just the Inn of Planar Crossroads. So we thank everyone for watching, and we will say goodbye to the internet. Goodbye, travelers.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm serious about that skipping ahead thing.